Well, welcome back here to Amsoil Arena. I'm joined now in our My9 broadcast booth by UMD women's fifth-year senior forward Gabbie Hughes. We've talked tonight about this Hockey Hits Back event for the women's game earlier this afternoon and continuing tonight into the men's game. It's all to benefit an organization that Gabbie was part of co-founding called Sophie's Squad. And for our viewers that might not know about that organization, might not have heard of the work that you and others have done for much of the past year, Gabbie, tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Sophie's Squad. Sophie Whelan, youth player that you and your family were close to, and this is all being done in her name. So tell me a little bit about the creation of Sophie's Squad.
Yeah, so just over a year ago, in July, we lost Sophie to her battle with mental health, and that hit home for a lot of us. It doesn't hit home until you experience yourself for some people, and that was the situation for us, and it lit a passion in a lot of people that they didn't know they had this passion for mental health awareness, and we ended up sitting down and having a little conversation about doing something to change the stigma around it and let people know that it's okay to not be okay. And through that conversation, we ended up starting a nonprofit organization called Sophie's Squad. And from there, we've moved into doing some different events here and there. And now we're a year into it and doing a Division I men's and women's hockey game doubleheader. So to be here today and what we're doing is not something we thought of, but we're definitely very excited to be here.
I know you don't want all the credit, but you've taken on a major role within Sophie's Squad, and the other people involved with you have taken giant strides in this first year of Sophie's Squad to think about what started as kind of this idea to honor Sophie Whelan has now turned into a statewide phenomenon, really, around the state of Minnesota, trying to raise awareness around mental health. Can you imagine, or could you have imagined when you started that this is where you'd be about 1 year later?
Yeah, definitely not. I think we still have to pinch ourselves to see how far we've come and to see the donations and money we've raised to give back to different mental health facilities or inpatient, outpatient centers. So just to see the work that we've done within a year, it makes us so excited to see where we can go from here and all the people we can help within this year and see how many more we can reach.
This is more than just talking about mental health. You're making actionable steps toward helping people with their mental health problems. $50,000 this fall you were able to be part of donating to Children's Hospital that will be used towards their mental health facilities and their treatment plan. How special was that to be down there for that check presentation at Children's Hospital?
Yeah, that was such an honor to be there and to experience that and to see all the thought and everything that goes into that and into those inpatient facilities. It's remarkable what they do there, and our money ended up going to an outdoor facility for them to do some planting and some outdoor therapy sessions and stuff like that, and a little game room for them to get a little mental break from all the stuff that they're doing to better themselves. So to see where our money's going and how it is truly helping people with their struggle was super special to see that in person and see it in action.
Have you learned through this process just how important mental health is, not just for collegiate student athletes, but you go down to the younger levels, the pro levels? The stigma has been talked about for several years, and the people I've talked to over the past few weeks in preparation for this event have said, maybe we didn't know everything we know now 5, 6, 7 years ago, but now it's become kind of one of the key parts of the game, and we want to talk about these things with the players.
Yeah, 100%. I think I've definitely become more in tune with how I'm feeling mentally on a daily basis of how my social level is feeling and what I can handle on a day-to-day basis just through all the stuff that we do with Sophie Squad and seeing how prevalent it is in so many people's lives. You just would never have expected that, and I never knew that a couple years ago, but now being more and more involved, just seeing the struggle that people go through, it's sad to see, but doing what we're doing, it's very hopeful, and I hope everyone can just know that it's okay to not be okay, and talking about it and reaching out is super important because you do matter, and I've definitely learned that in my journey with Sophie Squad. We're
raising money here at Amsoil Arena tonight. We were during your game this afternoon and the men's game here against Denver right now. But for the people watching at home, after tonight is over, how can they connect with Sophie Squad? How can they donate to the cause?
Right. We have a website called sophiesquad.org, and you can go on there to learn more about us, but also to make a donation, volunteer opportunities as well. So yeah, if you just hit up sophiesquad.org, it has our social medias on there as well. So check that out.
All right. Thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
Gabbie Hughes, a Patty Kazmaier finalist last year for the UMD women's hockey team, also a finalist for the Hockey Humanitarian Award, doing great work both on and off the ice.